This is lesson 25. This is the introduction, and we will be working on adding tens to any number. Our first problem says, Maria has 17 shells. She finds 20 more. How many shells does Maria have now? Whenever I come across a word problem, I think it is beneficial to read the problem at least 2 times in order to understand what is being asked. I'm going to go ahead and read the problem a second time. Maria has 17 shells. She finds 20 more. How many shells does Maria have now? I went ahead and circled the number 17, and I'm going to go ahead and circle the number 20. I circled the 2 numbers that were given to me in this problem. If I look at the bottom of the page, it gives me the information of blank plus blank equals blank. Maria has blank shells. What I am trying to figure out is how many shells Maria has. I started drawing the number 17. For the 10, I drew 1 tens block. I just drew it as a line. And I drew 7 ones block. This number gives me 17. Now the next number I need to draw is 20. I'm going to go ahead and draw 20. I drew 20 by drawing 2 tens blocks. So if I counted by tens, it would be 10, 20. If I look at the bottom here, the first number I drew was 17. So I'm going to take the 17 from up here and write it on this line. And the second number I was given was 20. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 20 on this line. Now, my job is to solve the math problem by counting the tens and ones block that I have drawn. For the tens blocks, I'm going to count by tens. For the ones blocks, I'm going to count by ones. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Maria has 37 shells. I'm also going to write the answer 37 on the line below. Maria has 37 shells. We are now ready to move on. This problem says, Jordan has 13 toy cars and 10 toy trucks. How many toys does Jordan have? Again, like I said on the previous page, whenever I come across a word problem, meaning when words and math and numbers are combined, I always read it at least twice. Jordan has 13 toy cars and 10 toy trucks. How many toys does Jordan have? Before I start solving the problem, I'm going to look at all of the information that was given me. That's something very important. Again, it's giving me blank plus blank equals blank. Jordan has blank toys. Because I read this statement here at the bottom, I know that I'm trying to solve for the amount of toys Jordan has. I'm going to solve this problem by, instead of drawing this time, I'm going to use the actual tens and one blocks that I brought home. My first number is 13. So I'm going to represent that by one 10 and 3 ones. Before I move on to represent the second number, what I can do is count again to make sure I have the correct number before moving on. I need 13. I know that this tens block represents 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, I'm good. Now the second number is 10. I'm going to get one tens block to represent 10. Now I'm going to take the first number, that was 13, and write it on the line below. I'm going to add 13 and 10. I'm going to write 10 on the line below. And now it's my turn to count. When I am counting the tens blocks, I will count by tens. And when I count the ones, I'll count by ones. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. I came up with an answer of 23. I wrote the answer on this line, but I also need to carry the answer down here. I'm going to take the manipulatives away and we can go ahead and move on. All right. We are continuing to add tens to any number. This says Eli has 16 red fish and 10 yellow fish. How many fish in all? I'm going to read it a second time. Eli has 16 red fish and 10 yellow fish. How many fish in all? Now for this problem, they have given me this picture. Whatever information they give me, I want to try and use it. Although they've given me this picture, they are also giving me models of tens blocks and ones to add, just like we did on the previous page, but we drew our own. The two numbers in this problem are 16 and 10. The first thing they did was they represented 16. They put a tens block here, and then they put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ones blocks here. The second thing they did was showed us 10. They represented 10 by a tens block. Once they showed us tens and ones, our first step to getting the answer would be to add the tens. We have 1 10, 2 tens, 2 tens. 10 plus 10 equals 20. I can get that answer two ways. I can either add 10 plus 10 like they suggested, or I can count by tens and say 10, 20. Either way you get the answer is fine. Now that we've added the tens, we need to add the ones. We know that 2 tens is equal to 20. We know that 6 ones is equal to 6. So how many in all if we add the ones? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26. 16 plus 10 equals 26.